Come on! Free ways to explore resonance. Free bizarre ways to explore vocal resonance. Well, let's watch it. More transgender time, because as a trans streamer, we must do like, I really think that we should really seriously put more to what's important, okay? No more drama, more voice, more voice. Because we all know that I need to train voice, okay? Train voices.
Hi there, it's
Hello.
Haze from Trans Voice Lessons.
Yeah, my girl.
In this video, we're going to talk about 3
Come
really
on.
exciting ways to practice your
I
resonance.
will train.
So,
Come on.
let's get started.
Let's go.
The first method that I want to talk about is using noise to help you practice your resonance.
What is it?
This is something that I figured out and realized very early on in my vocal development, and it was very instrumental to me ending up with the voice that I have today.
Okay.
I'm going to put a link to this sound. I'm going to play it down in the description. So here's what you do. You take noise.
What do I do?
You play it on your phone. Then you make a vowel, ah, and hold your breath. Then you're going to put the phone up to your mouth like so. Ah.
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 Now, at this point, you can start to practice all sorts of different resonance changes, like so. This can allow us to hear R1 and R2 very accurately. Movements of R1 sound like this.
This is interesting.
Movements that are dominated by R2 will sound more like this. And now I'm going to bring R1 back in.
Okay. Interesting stuff.
So you can see how it only showed one line at first, right?
Yeah.
And then I opened my throat back up and we were allowed to hear the R1. And so that's that bottom line.
Okay.
This method is really awesome because it lets you practice without making any sound of your own.
Right.
And that's very valuable because it allows you to feel the movements of resonance a lot better.
Oh.
When you're making your own sound, you actually use a lot of other motions that make it really hard to feel resonance. That's one of the reasons why people have trouble controlling their resonance, because even if they do the movement or the motion, they won't necessarily notice the muscles that they're utilizing to make that happen.
Right.
So
I
this is an
sometimes
awesome
don't
way to
notice
get
the
some of the
muscles.
sensations of voice out of the way and just focus on, can you move the vocal tract around to cause the resonance to shift that noise? Now, if I worked with students in real life constantly, I would use this method a lot more. It's very awkward to use with people over the internet simply because a lot of the noise algorithms that are built into Discord or Skype or Zoom often remove noise.
Right.
For a basic approach of feminization, you would primarily want this kind of motion.
Isn't that interesting? Isn't that great voice practice?
And you want to make that extremely comfortable. Whatever you do, don't allow yourself to get uncomfortable while practicing resonance. There's no point. We can get the right sound with the right comfort at the same time.
Yeah.
And that's what our goal is. Resonance is basically a volume modifier.
She
So
is.
a bunch of sound into
I need to train more and become better.
our vocal tract, we'll be able to hear
must
where the
train.
sound gets modified.
I will train today.
And that lets us hear
Today
the
I
resonance
train my
and
voice.
see the resonance really accurately.
Bottle cap.
Weird resonance trick number 2. You can take a bottle cap and practice your resonance like so.
I will.
Basically what happens is you're turning your vocal tract into a drum, and every time you hit this, you're putting energy into the vocal tract, which allows you to hear the resonances respond.
I could start training others
You're going
like
to take the
on
top
stream.
part of the bottle cap and you're going to face it inwards. I'm going to lightly hold it and tap it just to make sure I don't drop it. Then I'm going to put it up next to my lips and in my mouth. I'm going to hold my breath as well. That's very important. And then I'm going to tap it and start to move my vocal tract around. That is literally what feminizing your resonance sounds like. Part. You can also practice different vowel motions like this. Like
Nice. Okay. Uh-oh. Somebody
so that's
died.
me scaling up and down on the vowel. Now I'll scale up and down on the vowel.
Yeah, that's going
Now
good.
I'll scale up on the vowel. The only vowel that you can't really hear very well with this technique is the E vowel. And that's because your tongue blocks the sound from entering your vocal tract.
Oh.
So you don't get to hear R1 at all during this technique.
Okay.
So I'll go ahead and show you that. See how R1 there got like deleted because we weren't able to get any sound back into the vocal tract in order to hear R1 showing itself. So this is a really fun approach. Have fun with it. Make sure you don't like push the bottle cap into your mouth. I had a student accidentally almost like choke. So make sure that it's well secured.
Wow.
Make sure you're not compromising, you know, anything. You're not swallowing any bottle
Don't
cap.
swallow.
But otherwise, have fun with this.
I will have fun. I will have fun. Come on.
Resonance trick number 3. Now, I demonstrated this one a year ago in a video, and I literally got dozens and dozens of comments of people trying it and not understanding how to do it. I didn't really intend for anybody to try and do this when I made that video, but I'll go ahead and teach you all how to do it now. Basically, what you do is you hold your breath and then tap your neck. It's just like the bottle cap method, but only this time I'm putting energy in the bottom of the vocal tract instead of tapping energy through the front of the vocal tract. And so I can do different resonance modifications like this. One thing I like to do is play melodies.
I guess I can somewhat do this. It works a bit for me. I'm not totally hopeless when it comes to this little exercise, so that's good. Come on!
So there is Mary Had a Little Lamb and Happy Birthday with my vocal tract. In terms of where I actually strike, it doesn't matter that much, but try to get where your jaw meets your neck on the bottom side. A lot of people like tap or flick down here. We don't really need to go down there. There's nothing there to help us. And additionally, you don't have to flick that hard. Like if I flick my hand as hard as I was flicking that, it's not that hard. It's just enough to make a little bit of sound, but since my vocal tract is so open, the bottom of the vocal tract is closed, the back of the vocal tract is closed, it creates this large drum-like structure
The word delete?
that allows us to hear the
It's
resonance.
pretty old. Oh, the bus died.
So there are 3 really fun tricks that you can use to practice resonance. You can see that all 3 of these take advantage of the same thing. We hold our breath, which closes off the nose, and it closes off the vocal folds. And when that happens, we're just left with this single container that allows us to hear the resonant frequencies of it very well. It's no different than taking a bottle and tapping a plastic bottle and hearing the pitch that that creates. That is the resonance of that bottle, and we can use the same kind of approaches to tap our vocal tract, whether that's from the front or the bottom or putting noise into it, and it allows us to hear the response of the resonances speaking back to us. Now, I wouldn't consider these to be like the primary ways to understand modifying your resonance. We definitely want you to train resonance with your voice, with voicelessness, and you can use these as accessory techniques to have fun exploring and trying out new things, especially if you've hit a ceiling or barrier. Out of all 3 of these, I would say the most useful is the first one where we talked about using noise to hear the vocal tract. I think that that is just an absolutely fantastic method, and it is one of my favorite things that I keep in my pocket when I'm teaching. So have fun with all these, and if you have any questions, just reach out.
Okay.
thank you all so much for watching. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns,
I have.
just post down below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video if you found it helpful.
Yeah, you
or
should all
interesting.
watch it.
If you would like to support the work I'm doing on this channel, please
I
just
do,
check out the
but
link
I
down below to my
cannot
Patreon. If
afford
you'd like
it.
to check out my music, just check out the link down below to
Music!
my Bandcamp.
Come
And
on!
otherwise, thank you all so much, and I will see you again next time.
Thank you.
Bye!
Thank you, Giggler. The voice stuff is always fun to do, you know? It's always fun to do. Vocal weight for beginners. More voice, more. Give me more. More voice.
Hello, I'm Clover. And
Hello,
in this video,
Clover.
we're gonna explore getting started
Hello.
with vocal weight. So in this video, you're
I
going
will.
to do a ton of
Okay.
demonstrations and voice modeling. Anytime you hear me,
Voice weight is something that I, in particular, need to work on. So that is good. Yeah, I'm a softy ducky.
do a demonstration,
Edgy ducky,
I want you
softy.
to pause, try it yourself. and
Yeah,
listen
yeah,
really, really
I'm
closely.
noticing.
All right, don't be afraid to try everything a good few times before you move on.
Yeah.
All right, let's get started.
See? You cannot unsee it anymore. We've seen the video.
First, I'm gonna
You
be
cannot unsee it.
vocalizations, and I want you to describe how the sound quality differs between the two.
All right.
So really importantly, not where you think the sound is coming from or what you think my body is doing to make those sounds,
Okay.
but the words that you would use to say, hey, this is how this sound is different from this sound.
Okay.
All right, so here's the first one.
Okay.
And here's the second.
Okay.
Right, if you want to, take a moment to put down in the comments, what words would you use to describe those different sounds? So one of the first things that people will usually point out about those sounds is that, hey, there's a huge difference in pitch between those sounds. One is way higher, one is way lower. And absolutely, yes, one of those
Okay.
sounds is higher, one of those sounds is lower. But I want us to listen a little closer, right? One is changing about the timbre or the color or texture of that sound, right? So people will regularly describe that first higher sound as being smoother or less buzzy
But not
or
Giggler.
or even calmer, more soothing.
Yeah.
And people might often describe that second sound as being buzzier, rougher,
Yeah,
more
right, that's right.
aggressive, or more brassy. So I want to ask you this.
Yeah,
If we had to think about weight, right? Heavier or lighter, which word would you use for which of those sounds?
lighter for the
Most
first
people are going to
feminine.
say that,
Lighter.
this sound is a lighter
This sound, yeah, it is a
And
lighter
that,
sound. I use light sounds a lot.
This sound is a heavier
Eh,
sound. So, that's the word that we
This is
use,
heavier.
just because it's a really, really common thing for our students to bring up, right? Often we'll get like, hey, it sounds like that sound is just heavier. That's a heavier voice.
Yeah.
Or maybe that the sound is coming from a heavier object in vibration.
Yeah,
Or that even just in the vibrations of the voice sound heavier or
That's
sound
right.
lighter. So
Ooh,
that's why we
1000.
refer to this building block or part of the voice as weight, right? It just
Yeah.
happens to be something that's really, really common for people to bring up. If other words work better for you, like instead of heavy, buzzy or rough, or
Yeah.
instead of light, smooth.
I think
or
heavy if it
calm.
works, but
If those work better for you, by all means, use them.
okay,
But
I will.
on the channel, since we want to make sure that we are consistently referring to the same things
Heavy
and also
and
presenting
light?
people with a sort of unified language, that's what we use.
Heavy and light. Exploring weight. Okay, let's explore. I want to explore it because
I want for
this
us
is
to
what
explore
I
weight in
think
your
struggle
voice.
with most,
And in order
right?
to do that, we're going to start with a game.
A
So,
game?
Follow along with me here. We're going to
Okay, I will follow.
holding a baby, and we're just going to
Baby, come on!
We're going to go,
Aww.
hi.
Hi,
All right,
baby.
in a nice
Come
light
on,
and a high pitched voice.
baby.
Do it with me.
Aww.
Hi.
Hi.
All right. This time, Maybe imagine you're holding the same baby, but you're on your way out the door to an event, and maybe you're wearing something really nice, and the baby doo-doos or throws up all over your nice outfit. And now you're not feeling so sorry toward this baby. Maybe you're a little
Aww.
and we're gonna go, ah, why?
No, I'm not gonna
Do it
go
with me.
there. No,
Ah,
I refuse.
why?
I refuse.
All right. So
I refuse.
when you do that, can you hear that difference in heaviness
Yes.
or buzziness in your own voice? All right. Do it alone and see
You
if
will
can
not hear
pick
me
up
doing
on
this.
that difference. If you find that you're struggling with it, maybe try going even higher or even lower in pitch.
Aww.
That way, you can allow that pitch to help your voice
Aww.
get even lighter or help your
Okay.
voice get even heavier.
Right. Oh, exercise
While you're
mistakes.
exploring alternating between cooing and grumbling at this baby, there are a couple of things that I want you to watch out for.
Okay.
One, on the lighter end, I want you to make sure that you're not accidentally getting really breathy with that sound. So it's a
That's
super common
me.
thing for people to get lighter and think, oh, hey, that sounds breathy. I'm going to go for some breathiness here or a bit of an airy quality to the sound. So instead of,
That's me. I'm often breathy.
hi,
Yeah, I'm often breathy.
hi.
Hi.
So
Hi.
do make sure that you're not blowing tons of extra air when you explore with that portion of vocal
True. Don't do this.
on the other end, heaviness, right? I want you to make sure that you're watching out there, not for breathiness, but for an unwanted creaky quality, right? We want to make sure that we're staying nice and clear and buzzy, heavy, rather than kind of creaky and crackly.
Right.
So if instead of, ah, why, you're getting, ah, why, you might want to fiddle around with that a little bit.
Right.
Try to make the sound clearer.
Yeah.
We'll have another video at some point where we explore getting started with creakiness and breathiness and how to manage those things.
Creakiness. Creak and breathiness. I know these
Next,
terms.
we're going to explore with changing pitch
I
and weight
understand these
together
terms.
in smaller increments. All right, we're going to start kind of low and heavy and then get lighter and higher.
Okay.
Hello, 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 hello,
Hello. 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 Hello.
hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
Can sound super weird.
Yeah.
Let it be kind of funny. All right.
Yeah.
And while you do this, make sure that you're paying attention to the sound of your voice. Try to pick
Yeah.
up on how heavy or light that
Mine is
buzzing,
super
rolling
light, and
part
that's a
of your voice
problem.
is at any
I
given
must
moment.
make it a bit heavier.
Now let's
That's
go
my
in the
biggest
opposite
problem
direction.
right now.
Starting light and high, going heavier and lower. So hello, 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 hello. All right, cool. Now, I want us to experience what it might be like if we were to maintain a heavy weight the whole time without a pitch change. Let's try that. Remember to try and keep that buzzing heaviness there in the sound. So, hello, 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 hello. It's a little funky, huh?
Yeah.
Usually people find that requires a little more effort. It's a little trickier, and it can produce something of a yelling quality. Now,
It is
let's try
tricky.
the opposite. What if we were to try to stay
It's
light
very
the
tricky.
whole time and not let our voice get heavier? Hello, 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 hello.
Hello, 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 hello.
We can't go as low. The voice starts to cut out.
Yeah.
So, depending on what you want to accomplish with your voice, you might want to kind of try and stay within the same pocket of weight. Or you might want to allow weight to change so that you can access different pitches. Now it's time for us to play around with changing weight, getting heavier and lighter on the same pitch. So this is something that can be a little bit trickier to hear because changing pitch does allow us to make such a dramatic shift in the weight or the buzziness of our voice. So bear with me here. I want you to listen really, really closely to my voice and to yours as we do
I'm
this
changing
exploration,
weight.
okay? So let's begin just with a really simple
Okay.
single static vowel. We're not going to use hellos just yet.
Like,
Light sound.
okay. Yeah, that's my light sound. Ooh, ooh. Yeah,
We hear that weight start to build up.
yeah. I'm having
Right?
problems
We're
with
gonna
big
go
weight.
further and a little faster now so that I don't run out of breath.
Lucy's struggling. You need to
Oh,
practice.
yeah. So if we don't change pitch, we can see that weight is really strongly related to loudness. Let's
Yeah,
try and go in the opposite direction
it
this
is.
time. Ooh.
That's what I'm usually very quiet.
Alright, and here we are back at this pretty gentle
Yeah,
light
I'm gentle.
on the
Come
same
on.
pitch. If you're curious about loudness and the relationships between pitch
I am.
and loudness, I'll do another video on getting started with loudness at some point in the future.
Okay.
For now though, let's jump to using a word, hello, to
Hello.
explore changing
Hello.
weight on the same pitch. Hello.
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 Hello. Right.
See,
Same concept,
I'm
you're just
struggling
pronouncing a
with
word
the
on
way.
top of it. So
thing.
again, remember, try and pay really close attention to that buzziness,
I did?
or the heaviness, the weightiness of your voice.
Yeah? Okay. See,
Now
I
that we've
need to
done those really
practice.
basic explorations
Yeah,
with
yeah,
weight,
yeah.
it's time for us to practice taking it and controlling it in speech and song. So to begin, we're going to use a really simple
That's why we need
process
to
of,
watch more
one,
voice videos.
tuning our voice to a certain pitch and weight, whatever pitch and weight you want. Two, you're going to meditate on that experience. So meditating on, what does my voice sound like? Trying to really ingrain that in your mind. Also taking a
Okay.
moment to note, what are my bodily sensations? What do I feel when
Oh
I'm
yeah, that's
producing this sound?
important.
And then three, taking that experience, taking that sound, and maybe even that bodily sensation
And
into what you're going to sing or speak.
ooh,
So
tuning.
part one, tuning up your voice.
I
right?
wanna-
You can use whatever sort of warm-up or exploration that you like to
Right.
do this with.
The
I'm gonna
straw.
use my hellos, and I want to find a lighter, higher
Hello,
sound to
kitty.
speak with for a little bit. So I'm going to do that. Hello, 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 hello,
Hello, hello, hello.
hello, hello. Okay, now that I'm here,
Here,
what I'm going to do is I'm going to, before I really begin speaking with that sound, I'm going to stay there. And
Stay
I'm going to
there.
meditate on that sound that I'm making, focusing on the auditory and the somesthetic or bodily sensations.
Okay.
So, hello,
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 hello.
hello.
And while I'm doing this,
Yeah.
I'm imagining, all right, what does this
Alright.
voice sound like? How would it sound for this voice to speak? And then I'll go into speaking.
This is me, literally.
Hello,
By the way.
hello. Okay, so one day I went to the grocery store.
This is me, literally.
I
Yeah,
bought 2
it's me.
dozen
That's my
pineapples,
current level.
And when I bought those pineapples, the cashier and just find something to say, right? So,
This is
if
me.
you want to sing, same thing. Tune up. Hello, 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 hello. You might need a specific pitch.
Boop, boop.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, hello, hello.
Sing whatever you're gonna sing after you've
Yeah.
meditated on it. Hello, hello, hello. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Super, super simple, right? So, if you need to meditate on
Don't say lobotomy car. Come on.
go for it,
Rude.
right? Don't feel like
Rude.
you have to do any specific warm-up or tuning up process. I just do what works for me. You do what works for you. Find that sound, meditate on it before you try and implement it, okay?
Okay.
Really get familiar with it.
Yeah.
The faster you go, the more likely your brain is to rely on muscle memory, things that it already has saved, things that it already does habitually. And oftentimes, that's not what we want. We want something different. So take that moment to be really mindful about what sound it is that you're asking your body to make, and really trying to get it prepared and sort of in the zone to make that sound happen. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go in the opposite direction. I'm going to tune, find something a little lower and heavier.
True.
So, same process. Hello, 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 hello. All right. So, I went to the store the other day, and after I bought my pineapples, I decided that I needed 2 dozen bushels of bananas. Okay, and then singing. Hello, hello, hello.
This is
Give
difficult
myself a
work.
note.
Boop, boop.
I think that's a little low for me.
Pineapples.
Hello.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3.
I'm not
2,
gonna do that.
1.
No. I refuse.
All right, same
No, all right.
process.
I refuse.
One of the number one mistakes that I'll see people make during this process is tuning to a place and then not quite staying there.
True.
Not quite
That's me
revolving around
as well.
the place they tune to as their average. So there's a little bit of incongruity between the warm-up, hello, 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 and where they start to speak. So you might hear, hello, hello, all right, hello, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, instead of hello, hello, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which sounds much more the same quality than the previous example did. So make sure that you're watching out for that. Try to keep your speech or your singing congruent with wherever you warm up or tune your voice up to, okay?
Practice! Come on! Need more
I
practice.
think that it would be good for us to close this video out with a discussion on practice and goals.
Yeah.
So, practice.
Goals.
What do I want you to do? I want you to practice actually speaking and singing using different degrees of vocal weight.
Come on.
The best way to learn to do a skill is to spend time doing the skill. A lot of the explorations that we did earlier, such as hello, 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 those can be good for exploring your range of pitch and vocal weight. That's fine. But for developing this skill, you want to spend most of your time actually implementing it into speech or song, depending on what your goals are.
True.
Also, be sure to listen to vocal weight in other speakers and singers.
Oh.
Listen to voices that you like. Listen to voices that you don't like. And try to see, hey, is it specifically something that they're doing with their vocal weight that I find so pleasant or unpleasant here? In listening to other speakers and singers manipulating their own vocal weight, what you'll learn is that, hey, I might have a certain preference for this or that degree of vocal weight in this situation. And that awareness is really, really important. Not only will it help you to decide what you like, but it'll also help you hear yourself better. You're going to be developing that auditory skill and evaluating your own performances with more acuity, more specificity.
True. Come on.
And last, we want to make sure that we pay attention to our vocal health. So specifically with higher pitches and with heavier weights.
Right.
Those two things tend to be more taxing to the tissues of your vocal anatomy, both the muscular and the kind of mucosal tissues that actually get vibrated against each other. All right. What I want you to do is I want you to listen to your body. If things get tired, take a break, rest. If you notice that, hey, I'm experiencing some signs of vocal fold swelling, maybe I'm getting a little hoarse sounding or losing some of my range, or my voice just feels
I thought you would say I'm getting a bit horny.
Again, let your body rest.
Why?
Take care.
Why am I like
Maybe
this?
do some nice, simple warm downs.
I'm
some
such a
simple
strange
vocal
person.
tract exercise.
Come on. Oh. I'm a strange
And that's the
person.
video. I hope you liked it.
Really?
If you find
That's it?
this video to be helpful.
I love your
If you
video.
got any suggestions,
I
any
do.
feedback, please feel totally free to leave that in the comments.
I like, come on.
This video series
900.
is definitely meant for those of you who have said, hey, this technical information sometimes is too much for me.
True.
My brain shuts off. I have trouble paying attention to it.
True, my
I feel
brain
like
is
I
shut
don't
off
need
all
it
the time.
for practice. So this
My
series
brain
meant
is
to
off
be
all the time.
just as straightforward as I can get it. How do we get you hearing?
How do I get my brain?
Sound
My
and
brain?
controlling them in your own voice?
In my voice?
Look forward to more.
I
Sure
will.
if I'll do pitch or size next, but it'll probably be one of those too. All right. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.
Bye. Yeah, bye-bye, Giggle. Come on.